Today on the Auburn Torch, we have an update on Keko Jong and where she is on her path to rejoining the lineups for Auburn gymnastics. Plus, Auburn women's tennis takes on Georgia Tech. We got the results. Let's take a look. Lest I be accused of the crime of clickbait. Lest I commit clickbait. Let's do Keko Jong first. We will get into the athletics calendar and tennis afterward. But first, Keko talked to head coach Jeff Graba yesterday about Keko. Keko Jong warmed up on bars on Sunday at Arkansas. Did not compete. And I wasn't at the meet, so I wanted to ask Jeff, what happened in warm-ups? Did it go as expected? Did anything go wrong? Is everything, And so asked. And he gave a candid answer. We'll get right into it. Here's Jeff Graba. Oh, if I don't punch my microphone, here's Jeff Graba on where Keko Jong is at right now.
So for me personally, my anticipation was always to warm her up and not compete her. Okay. Now, our rule is if you warm up, you have to be available. Like if something happens, you have to be able to go in. So she was available. She was good enough and healthy enough that if we needed her desperately, she could have went in. But it's the first warm up in a year. It wasn't fantastic and it wasn't bad. So, all things said, she didn't move into the top six. She's got to have a better warm up, but she got it out of the way. That was job one. So that was a good step. That was exactly what I think she was expecting and exactly what we thought was going to happen. So now this week it means she's an option.
So there you go. That would be a big addition to the starting lineup in any event that Keko can get back in on. But, it's a long recovery from an Achilles injury, which is what happened to her last year. It's been a long road back, and then it's a long road back to full speed, especially in a sport like this where, you got to be really at your game, and you pretty much got to be 100%. You can't really go out there at 90% because that'll get you hurt, right? Not rushing Keko back, but an encouraging sign to get her back on the apparatus, warming up again. Seems like a step forward. Asked too about Bryn Torrey, who is a freshman who got in on vault. And it's kind of the same thing. Was she expecting to, were you expecting her to start, or was it more of a, hey, let's get her first warm up in, and a little bit of the same, but really just trying to get her into, challenge the returners and add some depth. Keko, for anybody who's new, or wasn't around for gymnastics last season. Keko's an ace. She really, you'll find no one's gonna, I don't know. No one's gonna gas her up more than Justin Lee, but I think I'm right. She's she's an ace on Auburn's lineup. She's an ace. She'd be an ace on any SEC lineup, high level lineup. She's got it, man. So to get her back would be a big one for Auburn, and she was doing all around last year, so that would shake up lineups and just give Auburn as a team more options on kind of where they put people and who goes where. People won't be limited. If you really want someone who's in the 5 or 6 spot, if you want them to come down to 2 or 3 to set the tone, Keko comes in there. Keko can take a 5 or 6 spot, no problem, right? It's going to be a big help when she can get back to full speed. So we will see if she can warm up again against Florida. Looking ahead, since we're keeping it on gymnastics for right now, Florida, number 1 Florida, coming to town on Friday. We've talked about it before. We'll talk about it more before the meets here. It's only, what day is it? Wednesday. We'll talk about it a couple more times, but always a good opportunity to, see if you can, in the same arena, in the same environment, in the same, the exact same situation, see if you can keep up with Florida, if Florida's nailing their handstands on bar, you get to go on that same exact bar and see if you can nail them too. So obviously a big one. Whenever number one, it's same as any other sport. Number one's in town. It'll be a big one. So let's go to the athletics calendar. Remember to go to auburntorch.com, punch in your email address if you have not already. You'll get every day when I send this podcast out, every day I'm including the day's sports, the day's I say Olympic sports, but really, I put men's basketball in there too. Why not? What Auburn's doing that day, and I'm including links to streams. So, if you're like, oh, what channel is it on? What do I got to do? Just go to your email. Just pull it up on your phone, right? And it'll be right there. But today, no such thing. No, because a rare event where this is the calendar on Auburn's site. A rare day, the last day of the month, with nothing on it. And obviously with women's golf starting next week, there'll be just a little more. Let's see. Let's look at February. Is there even? Okay, there's some blank days in February. There's only three blank days in February. Oh man, baseball will get started. Oh man, that'll fill up the calendar. So yeah, nothing today. Tomorrow, Auburn women's basketball at Vanderbilt. Going to be a tough challenge on the road. Vanderbilt. I'm not sure about the new AP Top 25. Let's see. Basketball. AP Top 25. They were like number 5. I'm not sure about now. They're still number 5. January 18th. Yeah, they're still number 5. Number 5, Vanderbilt. So no rest for the weary there. Big opportunity, but should be a pretty tremendous challenge. You do wonder, even if you can't come away with a win, how effective can that defense be against Vanderbilt's offense? I mean, can you hold them to 55 points, 50 points like they've been doing? That defense is the equalizer, so we will see. Thursday, gymnastics meet 7:45, 45 minutes later than usual. And then this weekend, men's tennis. This is indoor national stuff for men. Or ITA, it's like indoor qualifying basically. It might be called the kickoff. I know the women's is called kickoff. And look at that, starting with the Tide with Alabama in the first draw. The cross with the who else would you be crossed with in the bracket? Women's tennis is at home, hosting Tulane. And then ASU on Sunday. So, and then while we're at it on Sunday, that's when Auburn women's basketball is back, facing Oklahoma. Yesterday, Oklahoma also ranked. Yeah, gonna be tough road ahead still for Auburn. It was like I said before. It was good they got that one against Alabama. Now you can see how far you can go, but you're really glad to have that one in the back pocket. Yesterday. Women's tennis, Georgia Tech. This is, Auburn's number 4. Auburn's up there. Georgia Tech made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament last year, so an NCAA tournament team, definitely a power team, definitely their by far probably I would say by far toughest test of January so far. Women's tennis has been able to kind of warm up with Bellarmine and Alabama A&M and some schools like that. Georgia Tech. Never in doubt for Auburn. Let's see, we got the results here. Never in doubt, wins all the way around. I'm interested in this DJ Ava team. I wonder. I want to see them I want to see them play. I've said that before, and then so grab the doubles point, and then in singles, took care of business. But if you look at, this is on auburntigers.com. This is kind of the official release. Jordan Sabo not doing cartwheels, right? Here's what he said. It was good to get the doubles point and come out strong there, but I think we can play to a higher standard. I mean, hey, you're trying to be number 4 in the country. You're aiming for the national championship, right? You're aiming for the Final Four. and contend for an SEC championship. He said, I thought we played well overall, but singles started a little shaky. We've been emphasizing the important value of every point, and I don't think we did, which costs us at times as a player step up and deliver some dominant wins. Good win. Okay, getting ready for ITAs. Here, for audio listeners, we're looking at the scoreboard. I don't want to read off all of it, but here you will see on court 1 and court 3, there's your trouble. And like you said, getting started, your trouble was in set 1. So DJ drops her first set to Georgia Tech's number 1, 3-6, wins the second set 6-0, and then goes into a third set tiebreaker, and ends up losing that one. I think the match had been decided at this point, but you're just playing out your own match. Angela also falls in a breaker in her set 1, comes back to win set 2, and then win in a third set tiebreaker. So Angela won, but Jordan still wants everyone to start a little bit stronger, and I would say pretty much that would be you got a 6-3 and a 6-4 down here too, but court 1 and court 3 probably you wanna get those first sets, so they're gonna try to do that. They'll try to reevaluate and see what they can do to make that happen. So, but took care of business. Both of them bounced back in sets too, so that's good. And it was a win. And so I think if we look at Auburn women's tennis schedule, if we can pull it up, the indoor tournament, the indoor national tournament is in February 6th, which all this is coming up. All this is a fast moving schedule, right? So here's ITA kickoff, which I believe is where they can punch their ticket to the indoor nationals. Don't quote me on that. I will double check and I'll let you guys know on a future Torch Talk. So yeah, there you go. On auburntorch.com right now. You say, that's in the future. That's later. You know what you can do right now today? You can pick up a subscription to auburntorch.com for $4 a month and check out our newest story on the Blades brothers, Auburn men's tennis, Billy Blades and Freddie Blades. Billy is a standout senior for Auburn men's tennis. You can see the little Captain C on his shirt right there. And his brother Freddie Blades was a rival at Georgia. But Freddie has transferred in this past offseason, transferred in from Georgia. And this is the story of how it happened, and their journey from England. They're both from England to the SEC, and then again to how Freddie ended up making the jump from Georgia to Auburn. And it's kind of a full circle thing for them. They were on the youth tennis circuit in England. They're growing up and traveling and staying in rooms together, hotel rooms, because they said in their area they weren't in like one of the big cities where there were a lot of youth tennis tournaments, so they had to do a lot of traveling. And now they'll be traveling the SEC countryside, right? And so it's kind of a full circle thing, and it's Billy said it'll be one of maybe the coolest thing he's doing in tennis. I also get into we're always trying to learn something with every story we write, right? We get into what makes them an effective doubles team, what makes them different, because they as you can see, they're both 6'3", they're both tall guys, but they do play a little different, and how they complement each other on the doubles court. So we get into that. We get into their second serve return. We get into the weeds. We like that. We like to get into the weeds, and get a little technical on top of their life story. So check it out. Let me know what you think. auburntorch.com. We'll call it there, and we will be back tomorrow to probably look ahead at that women's basketball game, and a little bit more about the weekend coming up. So until tomorrow, take care.